The Google logo is a story of simplicity refined over time, a quiet evolution that mirrors the growth of the internet itself. In its earliest form, the logo carried a serif typeface with subtle shadows and depth. It felt academic, almost experimental, reflecting a young search engine born in a university environment. The bright primary colors, blue, red, yellow, and green, already signaled something different. The unexpected green L broke the pattern intentionally, hinting at creativity and a willingness to challenge convention. As Google expanded from a search tool into a global technology leader, the logo became cleaner and more confident. The shadows disappeared, the gradients softened. The typography remained serif for a while, maintaining familiarity and trust, but the refinements made it more adaptable to digital screens. Each adjustment was subtle, reinforcing reliability without disrupting recognition. Quickly, if you enjoy logo breakdowns like this, subscribe for more stories behind the world's most iconic brands. The most dramatic shift came with the move to a sans serif typeface. The new lettering was geometric, modern, and highly legible across devices of all sizes. It reflected a company no longer confined to desktop browsers, but present on phones, tablets, watches, and beyond. The colors stayed the same, a powerful decision. While the form evolved, the personality remained intact. Alongside the word mark, the single G icon emerged as a compact symbol, combining all four colors into one circular mark. It was simple, scalable, and unmistakable, a perfect fit for app icons and small screens. Today's Google logo feels effortless. Clean lines, balanced spacing, and vibrant color create a sense of clarity and approachability. It communicates intelligence without intimidation, innovation without excess. From a slightly playful academic project to one of the most recognized symbols in the world, the Google logo proves that true brand strength lies not in constant reinvention, but in thoughtful refinement. If you enjoyed this breakdown, let me know which logo we should explore next, and I'll see you in the next story. This is the most recognizable play button on Earth, but it didn't start this simple. It started as a glossy red TV screen. This is the evolution of the YouTube logo. It launches with straightforward charm. The full name split cleverly, U in plain black, tube tucked inside a rounded red rectangle like an old TV screen. The design feels approachable and literal, evoking television reborn online, friendly, unpretentious, inviting anyone to upload and watch. As the platform explodes in popularity, the logo refines quietly. The red darkens slightly for depth and presence. The rectangle loses its gloss to stay matte and modern. Shadows and gradients fade away. These subtle tweaks keep the core idea alive while making it sharper on screens everywhere. Confident, recognizable, ready for global scale. If you enjoy logo breakdowns like this, hit subscribe on the brand storyline for more stories behind the brands we love. The biggest leap comes when the word mark steps back and the iconic play button takes center stage. A clean red square houses a crisp white triangle, the universal symbol for play, paired with the bold YouTube word in near black. It radiates energy and immediacy. No explanation needed, just instant click-and-go excitement that matches how people now consume video on phones, TVs, and everywhere in between. The most recent evolution keeps that spirit but polishes it further. The play button shifts to a brighter, more vibrant red. The word mark lightens to pure black with a sleeker, thinner custom font. The overall feel stays bold and welcoming, minimalist yet full of life, perfectly versatile for dark mode, light backgrounds, tiny icons, or massive billboards. It communicates accessibility, creativity, and endless possibility without saying a word. Today's YouTube logo proves that true icons evolve through refinement, not revolution. Keep the play button, keep the red, keep the invitation, and the world keeps pressing play. Thanks for watching.
One green owl, and the internet listens. This is the story of Duolingo. In the beginning, the logo was simple and typographic. A soft, rounded word mark with a subtle smile hidden beneath it. Even then, the message was clear. Learning a language doesn't have to feel intimidating. It can feel friendly. As the company grew from a startup experiment into one of the most downloaded education apps in the world, the identity needed a face. That's when the owl appeared. Early versions were more detailed, almost storybook-like, with feathers and shading. It felt caring, almost like a teacher watching over you. But Duolingo wasn't building a classroom. It was building a game. The owl became rounder, brighter, more expressive. The green intensified. The shapes simplified. The wings lifted. Suddenly, the mascot wasn't just observing you, reminding you, nudging you to complete that lesson. Quickly, if you enjoy logo breakdowns like this, subscribe for more. As the app embraced gamification and daily streaks, the design leaned fully into personality. The owl became flatter, bolder, and more iconic. Big eyes, clean shapes, confident green. It works perfectly on a phone screen, instantly recognizable, even at the smallest size. Today's Duolingo logo reflects exactly what the brand stands for: accessibility, consistency, and a little bit of playful pressure. It's friendly, but determined. From a soft wordmark to a global digital mascot, Duolingo's logo evolution mirrors its mission to make learning feel less like school and more like momentum. This is the brand's storyline.
The Yahoo logo is a reflection of one of the internet's earliest personalities: loud, playful, and unapologetically expressive. In those early years, the logo embraced whimsy. The letters were uneven, often animated, and sometimes ended with a literal jump or exclamation point. This playful approach matched the brand's name itself, Yahoo, which sounded more like an expression than a company. The exclamation point quickly became the logo's defining feature. It symbolized excitement, discovery, and a sense of fun at a time when most tech brands hadn't yet figured out how to visually define themselves. The typography leaned into personality over polish, reinforcing Yahoo's role as a gateway to the internet rather than a serious technology firm. As Yahoo grew into a global internet giant in the late 1990s and early 2000s, the logo became more consistent, but never lost its playful tone. The letters were refined slightly, but the exclamation point remained non-negotiable. The color purple was introduced and gradually became central to the brand's identity, helping Yahoo stand apart from competitors who favored blues and grays. A major redesign arrived in 2013 when Yahoo attempted to modernize its logo. The new design kept the purple color and the exclamation point, but introduced sharper edges and a more structured typeface. While the update aimed to balance fun with professionalism, it received mixed reactions, reflecting Yahoo's own identity struggle during that period. In 2019, following Verizon's acquisition of Yahoo, the logo was redesigned again. This version leaned heavily into boldness and simplicity, with thicker letter forms and a confident, contemporary feel. The exclamation point was slightly tilted, reinforcing movement and energy while keeping the brand's core symbol intact. What makes the Yahoo logo interesting is its willingness to evolve without abandoning its personality. Despite multiple redesigns, the brand never let go of the exclamation point, a small detail that carried decades of recognition and emotional memory. Today, the Yahoo logo stands as a reminder of the early internet spirit, curious, chaotic, and full of possibility. It shows how branding can reflect attitude as much as function, and how even playful design choices can become iconic when protected over time. If you enjoyed this story, like the video, subscribe to the brand storyline, and leave a comment suggesting the next logo you'd like us to explore. A cloud, a simple word, and a technology that changed how the world talks. This is the visual evolution of Skype. In its earliest days, the Skype logo looked playful and experimental. The word Skype appeared inside a soft, bubbly cloud shape. The colors were bright, sometimes even shifting between red and blue, giving the logo a light and friendly personality. The cloud wasn't random. It symbolized communication floating through the internet, long before the cloud became a mainstream concept. As the platform grew, the design quickly settled into its most recognizable look. The bright blue cloud became the core identity, with smooth white lettering sitting comfortably inside it. The rounded shapes made the logo feel approachable and human, reflecting a product designed to bring people closer together through voice and video. Over time, the logo became cleaner and more balanced. The cloud shape was simplified, the typography refined, and the blue color strengthened. The goal was clarity, something that could work across computers, websites, and eventually mobile devices. Quickly, if you enjoy logo breakdowns like this, subscribe for more. Later, the brand introduced a simplified icon, a single S inside a blue circle. This version worked better as an app icon, especially as smartphones became the main way people communicated. The full word mark still existed, but the S symbol became instantly recognizable on screens. Eventually, the design evolved again into the modern version we see today. The icon now looks smoother and more dimensional, with layered circular shapes behind the white S. It still hints at the original cloud idea, but in a cleaner, more modern form built for today's digital ecosystem. Through every redesign, one idea remained constant: communication that feels simple, friendly, and accessible. And that's why the Skype logo has always stayed soft, rounded, and welcoming, because technology works best when it feels human. The Google Maps logo is a story of clarity, a visual journey that mirrors how navigation itself became simpler, smarter, and more intuitive. In the beginning, the identity leaned heavily on the classic Google wordmark. The familiar serif lettering carried the brand's authority, while Maps appeared as a supporting label. At one point, the product was even introduced as local, emphasizing its early focus on nearby search. As the platform expanded, the name settled into Google Maps, aligning more clearly with the parent brand. The typography gradually shifted from the original serif style to a cleaner, more modern look. This change wasn't just aesthetic. It reflected a broader transformation across Google's ecosystem, a move towards simplicity, accessibility, and digital consistency. Quickly, if you enjoy logo breakdowns like this, subscribe for more stories behind the world's most recognized brands. The biggest evolution came when the logo stepped beyond text. A multicolored map pin emerged, combining Google's signature blue, red, yellow, and green into a single unified symbol. The pin shape communicated precision and destination, while the bright colors reinforced familiarity and trust. Later refinements simplified the wordmark even further. The typography became geometric and balanced, designed for clarity on small screens. The pin icon grew more minimal, cleaner in form, but still unmistakable. Every adjustment emphasized usability, scalability, and instant recognition. Today's Google Maps logo feels modern and purposeful. The multicolored pin stands confidently beside a clean wordmark, signaling guidance, reliability, and global reach. It communicates motion without clutter, direction without confusion. From a simple text-based extension of Google to a refined symbol of navigation, the Google Maps logo proves that strong design evolves alongside technology, becoming clearer, smarter, and more focused with every step forward. If you enjoyed this breakdown, let me know which logo we should explore next, and don't forget to subscribe for more iconic brand evolutions.
What if a logo could turn a local electronics maker into a global name on your screen? The story of Hisense begins with ambition starting as a regional manufacturer focused on radios and home electronics, then steadily expanding into televisions, appliances, and global technology markets. And that journey is quietly reflected in its logo. In the early stages, the identity feels functional and industrial. The typography is simple, often compact, built for utility rather than recognition. It mirrors a company focused on production getting reliable technology into people's homes, without needing to stand out visually. As the brand grows, the logo begins to open up. The lettering becomes cleaner, more spaced, more confident. There's a shift from purely domestic manufacturing to a company preparing for international audiences. The design reflects that transition: less rigid, more accessible. Then comes refinement. The wordmark evolves into a smooth, modern typeface. Rounded edges soften the look while maintaining clarity and strength. It communicates approachability technology that fits into everyday life, not something intimidating or overly complex. Quickly, if you enjoy logo breakdowns like this, subscribe to the brand's storyline for more. Color becomes a defining element. A calm, cool blue takes over, subtle but powerful. It suggests trust, stability, and innovation. It's the kind of color you expect from a brand that wants to sit comfortably in your living room, your kitchen, your daily routine. Over time, the logo does something interesting. It stops changing dramatically. Instead, it refines. Small adjustments to spacing, weight, and balance make it feel more global, more polished. Today, the Hisense logo is clean, confident, and quietly modern. A simple wordmark that feels reliable, familiar, and ready for a global stage. It doesn't shout, but it doesn't need to. And that's the strength of Hisense. From a local electronics maker to an international technology brand, its logo evolved by becoming clearer, simpler, and more human. Because sometimes, the best design doesn't demand attention. It earns trust. This is the brand's storyline. The story of Siemens begins in an era of invention: telegraphs, electricity, and the foundations of modern engineering. And in its earliest logos, you can see that raw, experimental energy. The first marks are not words, but symbols. Interlocking shapes, almost like mechanical parts or electrical circuits. They feel technical, coded, designed for a world of engineers, not consumers. This was a company building the invisible systems that connect everything. As Siemens grows, those abstract forms begin to organize. The initials S and H merge into a distinctive monogram, representing its founders. It's compact, efficient, and precise, just like the technology it creates. Over time, the symbol is enclosed within circles and badges, reinforcing structure, reliability, and identity in a rapidly industrializing world. Then comes a shift toward clarity. The name Siemens starts to stand on its own. Bold uppercase lettering replaces complex symbols. It's a transition from hidden infrastructure to global recognition. The company is no longer just behind the scenes. It's becoming a name the world can trust. Quickly, if you enjoy logo breakdowns like this, subscribe to the brand's storyline for more. As the brand evolves further, the old monograms fade away. What remains is simplicity. Clean typography, evenly spaced, confident. The focus is no longer on decoration, but on presence. And then, the modern identity emerges. A calm, teal word mark. No symbols, no frames, just the name. The color introduces a sense of innovation, balance, and forward-thinking technology. It feels human, approachable, yet still deeply rooted in engineering excellence. Today, the logo reflects exactly what Siemens has become: a global leader shaping industries, infrastructure, and digital transformation. Quietly powerful, clear, precise. And that's the beauty of Siemens. From complex mechanical symbols to a single refined word mark, its logo evolved the same way technology did, moving from intricate systems to seamless experiences. Because sometimes, true innovation doesn't need to be seen. It just needs to work. This is the brand's storyline. What if a single letter could capture a moment forever? The story of Kodak begins with a mission that changed the world: make photography simple enough for anyone. And from the very beginning, that bold ambition shaped its identity. The earliest designs feel ornate and traditional, almost like certificates. Long names, decorative frames. This was a company still proving itself, rooted in craftsmanship and chemistry. Photography was complex, and the branding reflected that. Then, everything changes. A new kind of name appears: Kodak, short, sharp, and invented to be unmistakable. The logo follows that same philosophy. Clean lettering replaces decoration. The message becomes simple. This is a brand built for ease, for accessibility, for the everyday person. As the company grows, so does its confidence. Bright colors enter the scene: yellow and red. Not subtle, but impossible to ignore. Yellow brings energy and visibility, while red adds boldness and emotion. Together, they create one of the most recognizable color combinations in branding. Quickly, if you enjoy logo breakdowns like this, subscribe to the brand's storyline for more. Then comes the iconic moment. The K symbol. Abstract, geometric, and powerful. It's not just a letter, it's a frame, a marker, almost like the edge of a photograph. It captures attention the same way a camera captures light. The logo becomes more than a name, it becomes a visual shorthand for photography itself. Over time, the brand experiments, adding lines, shapes, even more graphic interpretations of motion and light. But eventually, it returns to simplicity. The modern logo strips things back to what always worked: the bold Kodak name and that unmistakable red and yellow presence. Today, the identity feels both nostalgic and timeless. It carries the legacy of film, of printed memories, of moments you can hold in your hands. And that's the genius of Kodak. It didn't just build cameras, it built a culture of capturing life. And its logo evolved the same way photography did, from complex and technical to simple and universal. Because sometimes the most powerful designs are the ones that help the world remember. This is the brand storyline.
The Google Play logo reflects access, variety, and digital freedom. Clean, colorful, and instantly recognizable, it represents Google's vision of a single gateway to apps, games, music, movies, and books. Google Play was officially introduced in 2012, replacing the Android market. This shift wasn't just a name change, it marked Google's move toward a unified digital content ecosystem. The brand needed a logo that felt modern, global, and flexible enough to represent many types of media. The earliest Google Play logo featured a shopping bag with the Android robot and Google's signature colors. While functional, it felt more like an app store than a media platform. As Google expanded its offerings, the logo needed to become more abstract and universal. That led to the introduction of the Play triangle, a right-pointing shape symbolizing motion, action, and media playback. The triangle referenced the universal play button, instantly communicating entertainment and interaction. Its use of Google's primary colors reinforced brand continuity across Google's growing product family. In 2016, the logo was refined into a flatter, cleaner design. Gradients were softened, edges sharpened, and the triangle became more balanced. This made the logo more adaptable across devices, icons, and small screen sizes while keeping it visually bold. A major update arrived in 2020, when Google simplified the logo further. The colors became more muted and evenly blended, aligning the Play logo with Google's modern design system. The change improved consistency across apps like Google Maps, Gmail, and YouTube, creating a cohesive visual language. Despite these updates, the core idea never changed. The triangle remained central, symbolizing choice, access, and digital exploration. Each redesign focused on refinement rather than reinvention. What makes the Google Play logo effective is its universality. It works across cultures, languages, and content types, while remaining instantly recognizable as part of the Google ecosystem. Today, the Google Play logo stands as a symbol of digital content on demand, a simple shape that represents millions of apps, games, and experiences worldwide. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like the video, subscribe to the brand storyline, and comment below with the next logo history you'd like us to explore. The Microsoft Word logo reflects productivity, clarity, and professionalism. Designed to feel familiar and dependable, it represents one of the most widely used tools for writing and communication in the world. Microsoft Word was first released in 1983, at a time when word processing was moving from typewriters to personal computers. Early Word logos were functional and text-heavy, focusing more on the Microsoft name than visual symbolism. These designs emphasized utility over style, aligning with the software's role as a practical work tool. As Microsoft Office expanded in the 1990s, Word's logo began to develop a stronger identity. The introduction of the bold W created instant recognition, allowing the software to be identified quickly among other Office applications. The logo was often paired with document-like elements, reinforcing Word's purpose as a digital page. Throughout the early 2000s, the Word logo adopted a more dimensional look. Gradients, shadows, and layered shapes were used to suggest depth and structure, visual cues that mirrored the complexity and growing feature set of the software at the time. A major shift came in 2013, when Microsoft redesigned its Office icons to embrace flat design. The Word logo became cleaner and more minimal, focusing on a simplified W and a page symbol. This change improved clarity across screens and aligned Word with modern digital design trends. The most recent versions of the logo further refined this approach. The W became more prominent, color contrast was increased, and subtle layering was used to suggest documents without visual clutter. The deep blue color reinforces trust, professionalism, and focus, qualities closely associated with writing and productivity. What makes the Microsoft Word logo effective is its balance of familiarity and evolution. While the design has modernized over time, the core elements, the W, the document reference, and the blue color, have remained consistent. Today, the Microsoft Word logo stands as a symbol of creation, communication, and everyday productivity, an icon recognized by students, professionals, and writers around the world. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like the video, subscribe to the brand storyline, and comment below with the next logo you'd like us to explore. The Android logo is a story of openness turned into a symbol, a simple robot that grew alongside one of the world's most influential operating systems. In its earliest form, the Android identity introduced a small green robot with rounded limbs, antenna, and a friendly, minimal design. It wasn't aggressive or futuristic. It was approachable. The soft curves and bright green color gave it personality, suggesting innovation without intimidation. It reflected a platform built to be accessible and open to everyone. As Android expanded globally, the logo became more refined. The robot's proportions were adjusted, lines were cleaned up, and the iconic green was standardized for consistency across devices. The typography evolved as well, shifting toward cleaner, more modern letter forms. The goal was clarity, a mark that could scale from tiny app icons to massive billboards. Quickly, if you enjoy logo breakdowns like this, subscribe for more stories behind the world's most iconic brands. Over time, the design moved toward greater simplicity. The robot was sometimes used independently as an icon, emphasizing brand recognition without relying on the word mark. Later refinements introduced a more geometric, structured version of the character, aligning it with a modern design language focused on balance and precision. In recent updates, the logo embraced subtle dimensionality and a slightly more expressive stance. The typography was redesigned with smoother curves and stronger presence, signaling maturity. Yet the core elements remained unchanged: the friendly robot, the green palette, and the sense of openness. Today, the Android logo communicates innovation, inclusivity, and adaptability. The robot feels welcoming rather than complex, while the clean word mark reinforces reliability in a competitive tech landscape. It's a design that proves simplicity can scale, from smartphones to smart homes. From a playful green mascot to a polished global icon, the Android logo shows how consistency and thoughtful refinement can turn a simple character into a symbol recognized around the world. If you enjoyed this breakdown, let me know which logo we should explore next, and I'll see you in the next story. The iPad logo represents simplicity, innovation, and modern technology. Clean and understated, it reflects Apple's philosophy of letting the product speak for itself rather than relying on heavy visual branding. When the iPad was introduced in 2010, Apple positioned it as a new category of device, something between a phone and a laptop. Instead of creating a complex or symbolic logo, Apple chose to rely on its established brand identity. The iPad logo is essentially a refined word mark, using Apple's signature minimalist typography. Early iPad branding featured the lowercase I, followed by the clean sans serif pad, reinforcing continuity with products like the iPod and iPhone. This naming convention signaled innovation, personal use, and simplicity, while keeping the brand instantly recognizable as part of Apple's ecosystem. Unlike many tech products, the iPad has never relied on an abstract icon or emblem. The absence of decorative elements reinforces Apple's belief in clarity and focus. The logo is designed to feel timeless, avoiding trends that could quickly become outdated. Over time, the iPad wordmark has remained largely unchanged. Minor refinements in spacing and font weight were made to align with Apple's evolving design system, especially as the company shifted toward flatter, cleaner visual language across its products and software. What makes the iPad logo effective is its restraint. By not over-designing the logo, Apple allows the product's form, interface, and experience to define the brand. The logo feels confident, premium, and effortless. Today, the iPad logo stands as a symbol of creativity, productivity, and simplicity, an extension of Apple's broader identity rather than a standalone visual mark. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like the video, subscribe to the brand storyline, and comment below with the next logo you'd like us to explore.
The story of Nikon begins in precision. Not photography as we know it today, but optics, lenses, instruments, and engineering built for accuracy. And in its earliest logos, you can feel that complexity. The first marks are intricate, almost symbolic. Geometric shapes, technical forms, more like emblems than brands. They reflect a company rooted in science, where clarity and structure mattered more than recognition. Then, language takes center stage. The identity shifts to include Japanese characters alongside the name Nikon, grounding the brand in its origin. Shortly after, the name evolves into something simpler, more global, Nikon. The typography becomes cleaner, more direct. This is the moment the company begins stepping onto the world stage. As the brand grows, the logo follows. The wordmark becomes bolder, more confident. Then comes a striking change. A yellow background appears behind the name. It's unexpected, but intentional. Yellow brings visibility, energy, and contrast. In a world of black cameras, this brand chooses to stand out. Quickly, if you enjoy logo breakdowns like this, subscribe to the brand storyline for more. Over time, the design is refined again. The heavy frames and backgrounds begin to disappear, leaving behind a clean, italicized wordmark. It feels faster, sharper, almost like the motion of capturing a moment. And then, the defining identity arrives. A bright yellow field, cut through by diagonal white streaks, like rays of light. It's subtle but powerful. Those lines don't just decorate the logo. They represent what Nikon is all about: light, precision, and the act of capturing an image at the perfect instant. Today, the logo feels modern, focused, and unmistakable. The black wordmark grounds it in professionalism, while the yellow and light rays give it energy and purpose. And that's the beauty of Nikon. From complex optical roots to a brand that defines how we see the world. Its logo evolved by doing exactly what its cameras do, removing the unnecessary and focusing on what matters. Because sometimes, the clearest vision comes from the simplest design.
A simple red O that slowly turned into a powerful digital icon. This is the evolution of the Opera logo. In the beginning, the logo was rough and experimental. The earliest version looked almost hand-drawn, a red ring with uneven edges. It reflected the spirit of early internet software, small teams building ambitious tools for a brand new digital world. Soon after, the design became cleaner and more recognizable. The red O was refined, paired with a soft gray shadow sweeping behind it. That shadow suggested motion and speed, an important message for a web browser competing in a rapidly growing internet landscape. As the product matured, the logo became more dimensional. The O transformed into a glossy, almost metallic ring with strong highlights and reflections. This style mirrored the design trends of the time, where depth and shine helped technology brands appear powerful and modern. Quickly, if you enjoy logo breakdowns like this, subscribe for more. Later, the design simplified again. The heavy shadows and dramatic reflections gradually faded, leaving behind a smoother, more polished version of the red O. The focus shifted toward clarity and adaptability, important qualities for software that lives across devices, screens, and platforms. Eventually, the logo embraced a more minimal and modern look. The shape remained bold, but the gradients became softer and the form more balanced. It kept the same iconic symbol while making it cleaner and more versatile. Today, the Opera logo is still just a single red O, but it carries years of evolution behind it. The shape feels strong, confident, and instantly recognizable, exactly what a browser needs in a crowded digital space. Sometimes the best logo evolution isn't about changing everything. It's about refining one simple symbol until it becomes unmistakable. You've seen this arrow thousands of times, but it's not just a smile. It's a promise. And it wasn't always there. It begins humbly, a bold black wordmark spelling out Amazon.com in lowercase, paired with a winding river-like A that evokes endless flow and discovery. The tagline, Earth's biggest bookstore, sits proudly below, clear, confident, promising an ocean of titles delivered straight to your door. The vision expands fast. The wordmark stays lowercase for approachability, but the river motif sharpens into a stylized A with subtle metallic sheen, still nodding to rivers and endless selection, now with a premium, forward-looking edge. A brief orange underline appears, warm and inviting, hinting at the joy of finding exactly what you want. If you enjoy logo breakdowns like this, hit subscribe on the brand storyline for more stories behind the brands we love. Then comes the pivotal moment. The underline transforms into the now iconic orange arrow. It starts under the A, curves up through M and A to Z, and ends with a cheeky point beneath the Z, a silent message. From A to Z, we've got everything. The arrow doubles as a satisfied smile when you look at it sideways, radiating warmth, convenience, and quiet delight. The black word mark keeps things clean and modern, letting that single orange swoosh carry all the personality. The design holds remarkably steady. Subtle refinements brighten the orange for digital vibrancy, soften edges for friendliness, and ensure the arrow reads perfectly at any size, from a tiny app icon to a massive warehouse sign. No major overhauls needed, the logo already says it all. Today's Amazon logo is pure genius in simplicity, lowercase Amazon in crisp black, crowned by that unmistakable orange arrow smile. It communicates endless choice, effortless happiness, and unbreakable trust. Versatile, instantly recognizable, and emotionally magnetic. In a world drowning in options, one curved line still makes you feel like you're exactly where you're meant to be. The current Amazon logo proves that the strongest symbols don't shout. They whisper, keep the arrow, keep the smile, keep delivering, and the world keeps coming back for more. Thanks for watching. One red letter changed streaming forever. That letter belongs to Netflix. In the beginning, the Netflix logo looked very different. It leaned into a cinematic identity, with serif typography and a classic purple and black color scheme. The design felt like a traditional movie brand, fitting for a company that mailed DVDs and positioned itself as a film rental alternative. The arched lettering gave it a theatrical presence, almost like a vintage cinema marquee. As the company transitioned from physical rentals to digital streaming, the logo evolved to match its ambition. The typography became bolder, cleaner, and more modern. The heavy serifs disappeared, replaced by strong geometric letter forms. Red remained the dominant color, a shade associated with passion, drama, and attention, but the presentation became flatter and more adaptable for screens. Quickly, if you enjoy logo breakdowns like this, subscribe for more. Then came the most strategic shift: simplification. The logo was stripped down to a flat red word mark, optimized for app icons, mobile devices, and global scalability. But the real design masterstroke was the standalone N. Folded like a ribbon, with subtle shading that suggests depth and motion, it feels dynamic without being complex. That single letter carries the weight of the entire brand. Today, the Netflix logo is minimal, confident, and unmistakable. The black background enhances the red, creating a cinematic contrast that mirrors a dark theater before a film begins. It communicates authority and entertainment, not just a distributor of content, but a creator of culture. From mailed DVDs to global streaming dominance, the Netflix logo reflects a company that simplified its identity as it expanded its reach. And sometimes one bold letter is all it takes. If you enjoyed this breakdown, let me know which logo we should stream next. Also, like, share, and subscribe. From elegant signatures to a bold orange square. That's the transformation of JBL. The story begins not with block letters, but with a name: James B. Lansing. The earliest identities leaned heavily into formality. Script-style signatures, classic typography, and detailed badges reflected a company rooted in engineering precision. These logos felt personal and refined, almost like a craftsman signing his work. Sound, at this stage, was about expertise, laboratory accuracy, and trust built through technical excellence. As the brand evolved, the identity became more symbolic. The triangular mark with the small circular JBL badge introduced a visual anchor. It felt technical and directional, almost like a speaker cone projecting sound forward. The sharp geometry suggested clarity and projection, reinforcing the idea that JBL wasn't just producing audio equipment, but shaping how sound travels through space. This was the moment the brand began thinking visually about volume and impact. Quickly, if you enjoy logo breakdowns like this, subscribe for more. Then came the biggest shift. The detailed emblems disappeared. In their place, a bold, compact square, bright orange, clean white letters, lowercase, tightly arranged, confident. The new logo didn't whisper engineering. It shouted energy. The orange communicates vibrancy and power, perfectly aligned with concerts, portable speakers, and youth culture. It feels dynamic even when it's completely still. The simplicity is strategic. Strong contrast, high visibility, instantly recognizable whether it's printed on a small Bluetooth speaker, stamped onto professional studio gear, or displayed on massive stage systems. It scales effortlessly across physical products and digital platforms, proving that modern branding favors clarity over decoration. Today, the JBL logo feels modern and unstoppable. It no longer needs complexity to prove authority. The square contains the chaos of sound inside a controlled, confident frame, structured, bold, and unmistakable. From signature to symbol, from precision to presence, that's how JBL amplified its identity. If you enjoyed this breakdown, let me know which logo we should turn up next. The Visa logo is a story of trust made visible, a financial identity that evolved alongside the modern payment system. In its early form, the logo featured bold blue lettering set against a background of blue and gold bands. The colors weren't random. Blue communicated reliability and security, while the gold stripe subtly referenced prosperity and opportunity. At a time when electronic payments were still building public confidence, the design needed to feel stable and credible. As the brand expanded internationally, the logo became cleaner and more adaptable. The typography was refined, slightly slanted, with sharp, confident edges. That forward-leaning V introduced a subtle sense of motion, suggesting speed and progress in an increasingly digital world. Quickly, if you enjoy logo breakdowns like this, subscribe for more stories behind the world's most iconic brands. Over time, the gold accent was minimized, sometimes reduced to a small highlight on the V. This simplification reflected a broader design shift toward minimalism. Payments were becoming faster, seamless, and invisible, and the logo followed suit. Flat design replaced gradients, and the word mark became more precise and balanced. In later refinements, the focus turned entirely to clarity. The bold blue remained, reinforcing trust and global recognition. The typography was polished for digital screens, ensuring readability at every size, from credit cards to smartphone apps. Today, the Visa logo feels confident without being loud. Its simplicity communicates reliability. The blue speaks of security. The forward-leaning letter forms imply movement and innovation. It's a mark that doesn't demand attention, it reassures. From layered stripes to a streamlined global word mark, the Visa logo shows how thoughtful refinement can strengthen trust over time. In finance, credibility is everything, and this identity has quietly built it for decades. If you enjoyed this breakdown, let me know which logo we should explore next, and I'll see you in the next story. The Exxon Mobil logo is bold, corporate, and highly intentional, designed to communicate scale, stability, and global authority in the energy industry. Exxon Mobil was formed in 1999 through the merger of Exxon and Mobil, two legacy oil companies with deep roots in industrial and economic history. The newly merged brand needed a visual identity that projected unity, strength, and continuity, while still feeling modern and globally recognizable. At the core of the logo is a strong uppercase word mark. The typography is clean and assertive, using thick letter forms that convey confidence and permanence. One of the most distinctive features is the interlocking double X in Exxon, where the letters connect seamlessly. This design choice subtly reinforces ideas of integration, efficiency, and structural strength, key values in large-scale energy operations. The spacing and alignment of the word mark are carefully controlled, giving the logo a balanced, engineered feel. Nothing appears decorative or expressive. Instead, the design prioritizes clarity and authority, ensuring legibility across refineries, fuel stations, corporate documents, and digital platforms. Color plays a strategic role. Red is the dominant color, symbolizing power, energy, and urgency, while also ensuring high visibility in physical environments. Blue in the mobile portion introduces balance and trust, softening the intensity of red and reinforcing professionalism and stability. Together, the colors reflect both dynamism and reliability. Unlike many consumer-facing brands, Exxon Mobil has kept its logo largely unchanged since the merger. This consistency reinforces trust and signals long-term commitment rather than trend-driven reinvention. The logo's strength lies in its restraint and confidence. What makes the Exxon Mobil logo effective is its clarity of purpose. It doesn't attempt to entertain or emotionally persuade. Instead, it communicates scale, integration, and authority with precision. Today, the Exxon Mobil logo stands as a symbol of global energy infrastructure and corporate stability, proving that strong typography and disciplined design can carry immense brand weight. The Nintendo logo is simple, confident, and timeless, reflecting a brand built on creativity, play, and generations of imagination. Founded in 1889, Nintendo began as a playing card company in Japan, long before video games existed. As the company expanded into toys, electronics, and eventually gaming, its logo evolved to support a brand that constantly reinvented itself while remaining approachable and fun. Each redesign reflected Nintendo's shift from traditional entertainment to a global leader in interactive experiences. Typography has always been central to Nintendo's identity. Early logos featured ornate, decorative lettering that reflected craftsmanship and tradition. Over time, the word mark became cleaner, bolder, and more rounded. The modern Nintendo logo type uses smooth, friendly letter forms that feel welcoming rather than aggressive, reinforcing the brand's family-friendly and inclusive image. Color plays a crucial role in the logo's impact. Red has become Nintendo's signature color, symbolizing excitement, energy, and passion, while white lettering provides clarity and balance. This high-contrast combination ensures instant recognition across packaging, consoles, marketing materials, and digital platforms. One of the most recognizable features of the Nintendo logo is the rounded rectangular outline that often frames the word mark. This soft shape adds structure without harshness, echoing the brand's emphasis on accessibility, comfort, and ease of use. It also allows the logo to scale effortlessly across hardware, software, and global advertising. What makes the Nintendo logo effective is its restraint. It doesn't chase trends or rely on complex visuals. Instead, it communicates trust, fun, and creativity through consistency and clarity. Today, the Nintendo logo stands as a symbol of imagination, play, and lasting cultural impact, proving that simplicity, when guided by strong brand values, can endure for generations. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like the video, subscribe to the brand storyline, and comment below with the next logo breakdown or episode you'd like us to explore. The Need for Speed logo is built around velocity, aggression, and cinematic intensity, capturing the rush of illegal street racing and high-stakes pursuit. From its early releases in the mid-1990s, the franchise positioned itself as a serious racing experience, and the logo reflected that tone. Instead of playful curves, it leaned into italicized, forward-slanted typography, immediately suggesting motion and speed. The letter forms are sharp and elongated, stretching horizontally as if being pulled forward. This visual tension creates the feeling that the logo itself is accelerating, reinforcing the idea of constant momentum and urgency. Color is often restrained but powerful. Black and white dominate many versions, allowing the typography to carry the energy. When accent colors appear, usually red or metallic tones, they heighten the sense of danger, adrenaline, and mechanical power. Over time, the logo has been refined rather than reinvented. Earlier versions were heavier and more aggressive, while modern iterations are cleaner and more cinematic, designed to work across game covers, trailers, and digital platforms. One of the strongest aspects of the logo is its minimal reliance on symbols. There's no car icon or steering wheel. Speed is communicated purely through form, angle, and spacing. The typography does all the work. What makes the Need for Speed logo effective is its clarity of purpose. It doesn't promise realism alone or arcade fun. It promises intensity, risk, and raw velocity. Today, the Need for Speed logo stands as a symbol of high-octane racing culture, instantly recognizable to fans and inseparable from the thrill of speed itself. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like the video, subscribe to the brand storyline, and comment below with the next logo breakdown or episode you'd like us to explore. The EA Sports logo is a symbol of competition, realism, and digital athletics. Instantly recognizable, the logo represents Electronic Arts' commitment to bringing real-world sports into the gaming space. EA Sports was launched in 1991 as a division of Electronic Arts, with the goal of creating sports games that felt authentic, intense, and immersive. From the beginning, the branding needed to capture energy, motion, and credibility within the world of professional sports. The logo is built around a circular badge, a shape commonly associated with unity, competition, and official seals. Inside the circle sit the bold letters EA, paired with the word sports beneath it. This structure gives the logo balance and authority, similar to a league or tournament emblem. Early versions of the logo leaned heavily into metallic textures and three-dimensional effects. These design choices reflected the technological ambitions of the time, emphasizing realism and power during the rise of console gaming in the 1990s and early 2000s. As design trends evolved, the EA Sports logo was refined and simplified. Glossy effects were removed, lines were cleaned up, and the logo shifted toward a flatter, more modern look. This made it more versatile across digital platforms while keeping its core identity intact. The color palette has traditionally centered on red, black, and white, a combination that conveys intensity, confidence, and competitiveness. Red, in particular, reinforces adrenaline and passion, key emotions tied to sports gaming. What makes the EA Sports logo effective is its consistency. While the design has evolved, the circular form and letter arrangement have remained largely unchanged, helping build trust and familiarity across generations of players. Today, the EA Sports logo stands as a stamp of competitive gaming, signaling realism, licensed leagues, and high-stakes digital sports experiences. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like the video, subscribe to the brand storyline, and comment below with the next logo breakdown or episode you'd like us to explore. The Xfinity logo represents speed, connectivity, and a modern take on digital communication. Designed to feel simple and confident, the logo reflects the brand's role as a provider of internet, television, and wireless services in a fast-moving, always-connected world. Xfinity was introduced in 2010 as a rebrand of Comcast's consumer services. The goal was clear: move away from Comcast's corporate reputation and create a friendlier, more approachable identity that felt innovative rather than traditional. The logo is built around a clean, lowercase word mark. The use of lowercase letters softens the brand's tone, making it feel more accessible and less intimidating. This choice aligns with Xfinity's aim to position itself as a customer-focused modern tech company. One of the most distinctive elements of the logo is the red dot above the eye. This small detail adds personality and serves as a visual focal point. It subtly suggests power, connection, and activity, reinforcing the idea of always-on service. The typography is sleek and contemporary, with smooth curves and balanced spacing. There are no sharp edges or decorative elements, emphasizing clarity and reliability. This minimalist approach allows the logo to work seamlessly across apps, devices, storefronts, and on-screen interfaces. Color plays a strategic role. The contrast between black lettering and the red accent creates strong visibility while conveying confidence and energy without overwhelming the viewer. What makes the Xfinity logo effective is its restraint. Instead of relying on symbols or complex graphics, it communicates through simplicity, trusting the brand experience to do the rest. Today, the Xfinity logo stands as a symbol of modern connectivity, quiet, confident, and built for the digital age. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like the video, subscribe to the brand storyline, and comment below with the next logo breakdown or episode you'd like us to explore. The PlayStation logo is one of the most recognizable symbols in gaming, representing innovation, immersion, and the evolution of interactive entertainment. Its design reflects both technological progress and Sony's long-term brand consistency. PlayStation launched in 1994, entering a market dominated by established gaming companies. Sony needed a logo that felt bold, futuristic, and distinctly different from competitors. The result was the iconic PS monogram, created by designer Manabu Sakamoto. The original logo combined a red, three-dimensional P with a flat, multicolored S beneath it. This unusual perspective gave the logo depth and motion, reinforcing the idea of stepping into new dimensions through gaming. The colors echoed Sony's experimental approach and helped the brand stand out on store shelves. As PlayStation evolved through new console generations, the logo became more refined. The colors were gradually removed, and the design shifted toward a monochrome, minimalist look. This reflected both modern design trends and PlayStation's move into a more premium, mature brand identity. By the time of the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, the logo had been reduced to a clean black or white mark. the focus shifted from visual complexity to confidence, showing that the brand no longer needed flashy design to prove its relevance. What makes the PlayStation logo powerful is its timeless structure. While styles changed, the core PS form never did. This continuity helped build trust and emotional connection across generations of gamers. Today, the PlayStation logo stands as a symbol of creativity, storytelling, and immersive worlds, instantly recognizable even without words. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like the video, subscribe to the brand storyline, and comment below with the next logo breakdown or episode you'd like us to explore. The Google Chrome logo is a visual summary of speed, simplicity, and modern internet design. Clean, colorful, and instantly recognizable, it reflects Google's philosophy of making complex technology feel effortless and approachable. When Chrome launched in 2008, Google entered a browser market dominated by heavy, feature-packed competitors. Chrome's goal was different: prioritize speed, stability, and a clean user experience. Its logo needed to communicate that idea at a glance. The early Chrome logo featured a three-dimensional design with bold red, yellow, and green segments arranged around a blue center. The circular shape symbolized continuity and the web itself, while the blue core represented focus, reliability, and clarity. The glossy, beveled look matched the design trends of the late 2000s, emphasizing depth and polish. As digital design shifted toward minimalism, Chrome's logo evolved. In 2011 and 2014, Google reduced shadows, softened gradients, and simplified the shape. These changes made the logo more adaptable across screens, from desktop browsers to mobile apps, without losing its identity. The most significant update came in 2015, when Chrome adopted a fully flat design. The colors became brighter and cleaner, outlines sharper, and the logo easier to recognize at small sizes. This update aligned Chrome with Google's broader design language, focusing on clarity, efficiency, and consistency across products. Despite these refinements, the core structure of the logo never changed. The circular form, primary colors, and blue center remained intact, reinforcing strong brand recognition while allowing the logo to modernize naturally. What makes the Google Chrome logo effective is its balance between familiarity and function. It feels friendly, modern, and fast, qualities that reflect the browser itself. Today, the Chrome logo stands as a symbol of the modern web: simple, accessible, and built for speed. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like the video, subscribe to the brand storyline, and comment below with the next logo you'd like us to explore. The HP logo is a symbol of engineering culture, innovation, and longevity in the tech world. Simple, circular, and instantly recognizable, it reflects a company that helped shape modern computing from the very beginning. Hewlett-Packard was founded in 1939 in a small garage in Palo Alto, a place often called the birthplace of Silicon Valley. Early HP logos were straightforward word marks, designed to communicate professionalism and technical reliability rather than bold personality. At the time, the focus was on instruments, not consumers. As HP expanded into computers and printers, the logo evolved to keep pace with a growing global audience. The name was shortened to HP, and the letters were enclosed in a circle, creating one of the most enduring shapes in tech branding. The circular form suggested unity, precision, and completeness, while the lowercase lettering felt friendly and approachable. Blue became HP's defining color, reinforcing trust, stability, and intelligence. This choice helped HP stand out in offices, schools, and homes where reliability mattered more than flair. Over the decades, the HP logo went through subtle refinements. Lines became cleaner, spacing improved, and the overall mark became more balanced. These changes ensured the logo remained legible across hardware, packaging, and digital screens without losing its familiar identity. In 2016, HP revealed a bold concept logo featuring ultra-thin, angled lines forming the letters HP. While striking and modern, this design was used selectively, signaling experimentation rather than a full replacement of the classic mark. It showed that HP could explore the future without abandoning its heritage. What makes the HP logo successful is restraint. It doesn't rely on trends or complex symbolism. It communicates confidence through simplicity and consistency through time. Today, the HP logo stands as a reminder that great branding doesn't need to be loud. Sometimes, a clean circle and 2 letters are enough to carry decades of innovation. If you enjoyed this narration, like the video, subscribe to the brand storyline, and comment below with the next logo you'd like us to explore. The IBM logo is one of the most disciplined and enduring symbols in corporate history. It doesn't shout for attention, it commands respect. And that quiet confidence is exactly what has defined IBM for more than a century. IBM's story begins in 1911, long before computers, when the company was formed as the Computing Tabulating Recording Company, or CTR. Early logos reflected this mechanical era, featuring ornate typography and detailed emblems that felt more industrial than digital. They communicated precision and reliability in a world powered by machines and punch cards. In 1924, the company was renamed International Business Machines, and with that shift came a growing need for a clearer, more authoritative visual identity. The name IBM was gradually emphasized, and by the mid-20th century, the logo had been simplified into a bold word mark, strong, blocky, and unmistakably corporate. The most iconic transformation came in 1972, when legendary designer Paul Rand introduced the striped IBM logo we know today. The solid letters were replaced with horizontal stripes, symbolizing speed, innovation, and the flow of information. At the same time, the design retained structure and balance, reinforcing IBM's reputation for stability and trust. That balance is the genius of the logo. The stripes suggest motion, but the form remains rigid. It tells you that IBM is forward-thinking, but dependable. Cutting edge, but controlled. Unlike many tech companies, IBM hasn't chased trends. The striped logo has remained virtually untouched for decades, proving that strong design doesn't need constant reinvention. It's timeless, scalable, and instantly recognizable across hardware, software, and enterprise services. Today, as IBM focuses on cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and enterprise solutions, the logo still fits perfectly. It doesn't belong to a specific era, it belongs to authority. The IBM logo isn't flashy, it's confident. It represents knowledge, structure, and trust at a global scale. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like the video, subscribe to the brand storyline, and comment below with the next logo you'd like us to explore. The Nokia logo is a reminder that great brands don't just adapt to technology, they grow alongside it. Long before smartphones and mobile networks, Nokia's identity was shaped by industry, resilience, and reinvention. Nokia's story begins in 1865 in Finland, not in electronics, but in paper manufacturing. Early logos reflected this industrial origin, often featuring simple typography and symbols tied to factories and rivers. There was nothing futuristic about them, because the future Nokia would help create hadn't arrived yet. As the company expanded into rubber products, cables, and eventually telecommunications, its branding evolved to keep pace. By the late 20th century, Nokia needed a visual identity that matched its growing role in global technology. In 1967, following a major corporate merger, the name Nokia became central to the brand, and the logo shifted toward cleaner, more modern typography. The most recognizable Nokia logo emerged in the 1990s. Set in a bold, confident blue typeface, it reflected trust, clarity, and reliability, key qualities for a company connecting millions of people through mobile phones. This was the era when Nokia dominated the mobile world, and the logo became synonymous with durability and innovation. In 2023, Nokia introduced a dramatic redesign. The familiar solid lettering was replaced with a fragmented geometric word mark. The new logo signaled a strategic shift, away from consumer mobile phones and toward networks, infrastructure, and enterprise technology. It was no longer about devices in your pocket, but systems powering the world behind the scenes. What makes the Nokia logo fascinating is how clearly it mirrors the company's journey. Each redesign marks a new chapter: industry, mobility, and now digital infrastructure. It shows that logos don't just represent where a brand has been, but where it's going. The Nokia logo is proof that reinvention isn't a weakness, it's survival. If you enjoyed this narration, like the video, subscribe to the brand storyline, and comment below with the next logo you'd like us to explore. Amazon Prime Video isn't just a streaming service, it's a statement about how entertainment is delivered in the digital age. Behind its simple logo and familiar blue smile, is a story of expansion, ambition, and Amazon's push to become a global entertainment powerhouse. When Amazon entered the streaming space in the mid-2000s, video was just one feature inside a much larger ecosystem. Early branding leaned heavily on the Amazon name, using straightforward typography and minimal visuals. The focus wasn't on flash, it was on access. Rent, buy, and stream content directly from the same company that delivered packages to your door. As streaming became more competitive, Amazon refined its identity. The service evolved into Amazon Prime Video, tying it directly to the Prime membership that promised convenience, value, and speed. The logo began to emphasize clarity and confidence, pairing clean white lettering with a deep blue background. The most recognizable element, the curved smile under the word Prime, links the service back to Amazon's core brand. It suggests satisfaction, ease, and a wide selection, while subtly reinforcing the idea that Prime Video is part of something bigger than just movies and TV shows. Over time, the design became more modern and platform-friendly. The typography was smoothed, spacing improved, and the logo adapted easily across apps, smart TVs, and mobile devices. The look wasn't about being loud, it was about being reliable. Today, Amazon Prime Video's branding reflects its role as a major studio and distributor. From original series and blockbuster films to live sports and global content, the logo now represents scale, consistency, and reach. What makes the Amazon Prime Video logo effective is its restraint. It doesn't chase trends or dramatic redesigns. Instead, it builds trust by staying familiar, letting the content speak louder than the branding. The logo reminds viewers that Prime Video isn't just a streaming platform. It's part of a connected experience. One membership, one ecosystem, and endless entertainment. If you enjoyed this narration, like the video, subscribe to the brand storyline and comment below with the next logo or platform you'd like us to explore. The Gmail logo may look simple, but behind that clean envelope is a story of evolution, innovation, and a changing digital world. It represents more than email. It represents how modern communication became faster, smarter, and deeply connected to everyday life. When Gmail launched in 2004, it entered a space already crowded with email services. Its early logo featured a realistic envelope with a bold red M peeking out from the flap. The design was friendly and literal, clearly signaling what the product was, mail, but powered by Google's distinctive color palette and playful branding. As Gmail grew in popularity, the logo gradually became more refined. The envelope remained, but details were simplified. Shadows were reduced, lines were cleaned up, and the design became easier to recognize at smaller sizes as email shifted from desktops to mobile screens. A major turning point came in 2014 when Google introduced its flat design language across all its products. Gmail's logo followed suit, becoming flatter, cleaner, and more modern, while still keeping the iconic red M envelope shape users had come to trust. The biggest change arrived in 2020. Gmail dropped the envelope entirely and replaced it with a stylized M built from Google's 4 signature colors. This shift wasn't just cosmetic. It reflected Gmail's evolution from a standalone email service into part of a broader productivity ecosystem alongside Google Drive, Calendar, Meet, and Docs. The new logo emphasized unity over realism. It signaled that Gmail was no longer just about sending messages, it was about collaboration, integration, and seamless workflow across platforms. What makes the Gmail logo successful is its balance between familiarity and progress. Even as the design became more abstract, the M shape kept the brand recognizable. It evolved without losing trust. Today, the Gmail logo stands as a symbol of modern communication, clean, fast, and deeply embedded in daily life. It proves that great logo design doesn't need to be complex. It needs to evolve with how people use the product. If you enjoyed this narration, like the video, subscribe to the brand storyline, and comment below with the next logo you'd like us to explore. The Windows logo is more than just a software symbol. It's a reflection of how personal computing evolved. For decades, it has represented accessibility, productivity, and the idea that technology should work for everyone. When Microsoft introduced Windows in the mid-1980s, the logo reflected its name quite literally. Early designs featured blocky, pixel-like window panes, often arranged in rigid grids. These logos felt technical and utilitarian, mirroring the early days of graphical user interfaces and the limits of computer hardware at the time. As Windows gained popularity in the 1990s, the logo became more dynamic. The rigid window transformed into a wavy, flag-like shape, suggesting motion and progress. Color played a major role here. Red, green, blue, and yellow represented diversity, creativity, and the growing possibilities of personal computing. This version became iconic, appearing alongside Windows 95 and the rapid expansion of home computers worldwide. In the 2000s, the Windows logo leaned into realism. Glass effects, gradients, and reflections gave the logo depth and polish, aligning with the visual style of Windows XP and Windows Vista. The design aimed to feel modern and premium, signaling that computers were becoming central to everyday life. A major shift came in 2012 with Windows 8. Microsoft stripped the logo back to its essence. The waving flag was replaced with a flat, perspective-based window, clean, geometric, and minimal. This redesign reflected a broader change in design philosophy, favoring simplicity and digital clarity across devices. With Windows 10 and beyond, the logo was refined even further. The perspective was softened, colors were unified, and the mark became more adaptable across screens, from desktops to tablets and cloud environments. The result was a logo that felt neutral, flexible, and future-ready. What makes the Windows logo successful is its ability to evolve without losing its identity. No matter the style, pixelated, glossy, or flat, the window has always remained at the center. It's a symbol of openness, access, and possibility. Today, the Windows logo stands as a reminder that good design grows with technology. It doesn't chase trends, it adapts to how people use computers. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like the video, subscribe to the brand storyline, and comment below with the next logo you'd like us to explore. The Spotify logo is more than just a music app icon, it's a symbol of how we listen to sound in the digital age. Simple, modern, and instantly recognizable, Spotify's visual identity reflects accessibility, personalization, and constant motion. Spotify launched in 2008, at a time when the music industry was still recovering from the chaos of piracy and digital disruption. The early Spotify logo featured a word mark paired with a circular icon containing 3 curved sound waves. The design clearly communicated audio and broadcasting, helping users instantly understand the platform's purpose. The original logo leaned heavily on green, a bold choice in a space dominated by blues and blacks. That green became Spotify's signature, signaling energy, creativity, and difference. From the start, Spotify didn't want to feel like a traditional tech company. It wanted to feel alive. As the platform grew, the logo evolved. The typography became cleaner and more confident, shedding unnecessary details. The Soundwave icon was simplified, refined, and made more flexible for digital use, especially as Spotify expanded across mobile devices. A major shift came in 2015 when Spotify introduced a flatter, more minimal identity. The logo dropped gradients and textures, embracing a clean, modern look that aligned with contemporary app design. The circle and sound waves remained, but everything was streamlined for clarity at any size. This redesign also marked Spotify's transition from a music player into a global cultural platform. The logo became a foundation for bold visuals, vibrant backgrounds, and dynamic marketing campaigns, allowing artists, playlists, and moods to take center stage. What makes the Spotify logo successful is its restraint. It doesn't try to dominate the experience. Instead, it creates a recognizable frame that lets content shine. The icon works equally well as a tiny app symbol or a massive billboard graphic. Today, the Spotify logo stands for discovery, personalization, and connection through sound. It reflects how music is no longer owned. It's streamed, shared, and constantly evolving. The Spotify logo proves that strong branding doesn't need complexity. Sometimes a simple circle and 3 lines are enough to represent millions of voices, sounds, and stories. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like the video, subscribe to the brand storyline, and comment below with the next logo you'd like us to explore. The PayPal logo represents trust, speed, and the quiet confidence of digital money. In an industry where credibility matters more than flair, PayPal's visual identity has always focused on reassurance. making online payments feel safe, simple, and familiar. PayPal was founded in 1998 during the early days of internet commerce, when people were still hesitant to move money online. The early logo reflected that uncertainty. It featured a serif-style word mark with formal letter forms, leaning heavily into tradition and security rather than innovation. The goal was clear: look dependable in a world that wasn't yet comfortable with digital finance. As online payments became more mainstream in the early 2000s, PayPal's branding began to shift. The logo moved away from traditional typography toward a cleaner, more modern look. Blue became the dominant color, an intentional choice, as blue is widely associated with trust, stability, and professionalism. This change helped position PayPal as a serious financial tool rather than a risky tech experiment. One of the most significant updates came with the introduction of the overlapping P symbol. This abstract mark suggested motion, connection, and transfer, core ideas behind digital payments. It allowed PayPal to communicate its function visually, without relying entirely on text. The symbol also gave the brand flexibility across apps, icons, and small digital spaces. In 2014, PayPal unveiled a major redesign. The typography became flatter and more minimal, shedding shadows and gradients in favor of a clean, digital-first aesthetic. The overlapping P was refined, and the word mark adopted a friendlier, more approachable tone, signaling that PayPal was no longer just for tech-savvy users, but for everyone. What makes the PayPal logo effective is its balance. It feels modern without being trendy, and trustworthy without being stiff. Every design decision reinforces clarity and confidence, which are essential in financial branding. Today, the PayPal logo works seamlessly across mobile apps, websites, and global markets. It communicates reliability in an instant, often before a single transaction takes place. The PayPal logo shows how strong branding can reduce friction. By visually reinforcing trust and simplicity, it helps users feel comfortable doing something that once felt risky: sending money online. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like the video, subscribe to the brand storyline, and comment below with the next logo you'd like us to explore. The Yahoo logo is a reflection of one of the internet's earliest personalities: loud, playful, and unapologetically expressive. From the very beginning, Yahoo wasn't trying to look corporate or restrained. Its logo was designed to shout, jump, and stand out in the chaotic early days of the web. Yahoo was founded in 1994 by Jerry Yang and David Filo as a simple directory of websites. In those early years, the logo embraced whimsy. The letters were uneven, often animated, and sometimes ended with a literal jump or exclamation point. This playful approach matched the brand's name itself, Yahoo, which sounded more like an expression than a company. The exclamation point quickly became the logo's defining feature. It symbolized excitement, discovery, and a sense of fun at a time when most tech brands hadn't yet figured out how to visually define themselves. The typography leaned into personality over polish, reinforcing Yahoo's role as a gateway to the internet rather than a serious technology firm. As Yahoo grew into a global internet giant in the late 1990s and early 2000s, the logo became more consistent, but never lost its playful tone. The letters were refined slightly, but the exclamation point remained non-negotiable. The color purple was introduced and gradually became central to the brand's identity, helping Yahoo stand apart from competitors who favored blues and grays. A major redesign arrived in 2013 when Yahoo attempted to modernize its logo. The new design kept the purple color and the exclamation point, but introduced sharper edges and a more structured typeface. While the update aimed to balance fun with professionalism, it received mixed reactions, reflecting Yahoo's own identity struggle during that period. In 2019, following Verizon's acquisition of Yahoo, the logo was redesigned again. This version leaned heavily into boldness and simplicity, with thicker letter forms and a confident, contemporary feel. The exclamation point was slightly tilted, reinforcing movement and energy while keeping the brand's core symbol intact. What makes the Yahoo logo interesting is its willingness to evolve without abandoning its personality. Despite multiple redesigns, the brand never let go of the exclamation point, a small detail that carried decades of recognition and emotional memory. Today, the Yahoo logo stands as a reminder of the early internet spirit, curious, chaotic, and full of possibility. It shows how branding can reflect attitude as much as function, and how even playful design choices can become iconic when protected over time. If you enjoyed this story, like the video, subscribe to the Brand Storyline, and leave a comment suggesting the next logo you'd like us to explore.